Hi there, thanks for joining me. I think most people would agree there's hardly anything cuter than a puppy, especially a golden retriever puppy. This little puppy is about 6 weeks old, and I've been breeding golden retrievers probably for the last 20-25 years. And many of my dogs have become service dogs and therapy dogs, or just a good high quality pet. Now obviously the health is very important to my puppies and to the owners of my puppies. So what we do for our puppies is we actually inject it with a vaccine. We take a syringe like this, and don't worry, I'm not going to do it live on camera, but what we do is we take this vaccine, and in this vaccine is what we call distemper and hepatitis and adenovirus and parvo and parainfluenza. Now actually what I'm doing is I'm actually injecting a little bit of this sickness, or you might say poison, into this puppy. Now why would I do that? Why would I purposely take some known poison or disease and inject it into my puppy? The answer is because I want to protect the long-term health of the puppy when it grows up. So what I'm actually doing, if I were to choose to isolate, and some people would do that, isolate the dog and try to protect it and never have it exposed, that's impossible. At some point it's going to be exposed to harmful bacteria, some type of disease. And if I haven't properly inoculated or prepared that puppy's system, it's going to be far worse down the line. So what I'm doing is actually, I'm taking a very small dose of distemper, of hepatitis, of parvo, and I'm injecting it into that puppy, and his system will have a reaction for that, but it'll fight against it. That way down the road, when the real disease comes, the puppy's system, you might say, hey, I've seen that before, and they're prepared, and it builds up this immunity. So why do I say this? What about our children? Our children, parents, obviously are far more important than a puppy. What am I doing to prepare my children for the things that they're going to be exposed to in our culture? I think there are two things that really negatively affect the health of our family. And number one is apathy, and number two is lack of training. And we'll start with the training first. But I think we would all agree our families are definitely worth fighting for. I mean, we live in a culture that's being attacked on every level, from the family, Christianity, the Bible, marriage, moralities. The list goes on and on. So what can I do as a father to help equip my children? I think one of the things that we can do is expose our children to bad ideas, but do it in a safe and a stable environment. In other words, the Bible, how can we trust it? It's been changed so many times. It's just ancient history and fables. Or, you have to be not intelligent to have faith. It's not compatible with science. Or what about truth? You can't know truth. Whatever's true for you, good for you, that's true for you, but don't impose it on me. You could go on and on. What about evil and suffering? How could a good God allow all the pain and suffering? Or evolution? Or, Christianity is too narrow-minded. There's no moral absolutes. The list goes on and on. But we need to make sure that we're doing this in a stable environment on a bedrock of truth. So I want to encourage all of us parents, myself, it is so critical to basically expose your children to bad ideas. Let's talk about that in our home and make them equipped so when they get into the high school or into college and they hear their professor or somebody challenge their faith, they're like, hey, I've heard that before. My parents have talked about that. And their system, just like that puppy, is built up and prepared. And I think they'll have a much more confident faith. And that leads into the second part, apathy. No matter how much you equip your children, and they may know what they believe, they may know why they believe it, but if they observe us parents and we're just not engaged and we're apathetic towards it, I don't think that's going to translate well to them. I want my children to know, what am I excited about? Is their dad all about sports or politics, or is he on fire for the Lord? The word enthusiasm, the root word is in theos, which is in God. And I want my children to see that it pays to serve Jesus. And just like in John 10:10, we're told that there's two goals, one for Satan and one for Christ. And the God of this world, he comes to steal and to kill and destroy. But I have come, Jesus said, to give you life, and not only just life, but to give it to more abundantly. So we need to be demonstrating that we're excited about that. And then that makes sense. They see that this thing works, and our children are equipped to face the culture. You know, we're told in the old scriptures, back in Deuteronomy, you shall love the Lord your God with all your soul, with all your heart, with all your might. And these words which I command you shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Basically all the time. Take moments all along life's way and use them for life lessons. And that comes, it's a byproduct of spending time with your children. So I hope this video encourages you, that you see the importance, first of all, just be on fire for the Lord yourself to set that example, but also to equip your children and to not only teach them or train them, more importantly, what they believe, but why they believe it, and expose them to bad ideas in a safe haven of truth. And I believe our children will be much more equipped to go out and to live that abundant life that Jesus Christ desires of all of us. Thanks for watching.